Hello my people, it's been a little while before I got into this video. Yes, this is a fag that I've got, at least my worries at the minute. I meant to get this video out a bit sooner than this, but it's probably going to be done in 2 parts because at the minute it's 3:30 on Sunday morning. So I've been outside for a quick 10 minutes and then go back. But oh god, I'm tired but I just can't sleep. So from the top of this, the past, I don't know, I think it's 10 days someone said since I last uploaded a video. Obviously I was in hospital with sepsis. Within the past month I spent 7 days in hospital on oxygen and antibiotics till all my levels came down and I was finally released from hospital, to which I come home, felt quite alright, till I had one day where I felt absolutely frigging terrible. I can't remember if I said this in a video or not, but yeah, I had COVID, closely followed by Becky. Other than that one day, I can't really say it's been too bad. I did have a little, well, I still have got a little cough, but I don't know if that's from COVID or whether it's from the fucking my lungs and the cancer itself. So I had all that to deal with. Then of course there was the stent I needed to have put in to, from what they say, prevent sepsis happening again, because my kidney has been swollen and squashed, which was crushing a water pipe, which was ultimately causing some kind of infection within that system itself. So yeah, again, I can't remember what I've said about this stent, so I'm apologising if I'm repeating myself, but I had all that done. I come out from theatre, and I was only in there half an hour, something like that. And afterwards, even till today, it's been very, very sore, on and off peeing blood, quite a lot of serious type of blood. It's pretty much stopped now within the past 2 days actually. There was a lot of little clots that I kept peeing out, which I'm told is normal, you know, it's on the forms, that's fairly normal. Very, very sore, obviously, as you can imagine, they're going up the old man of the pipe. And yeah, that was that. So that's caused me a lot of issues. Obviously I was going in for me pitch line to be fitted, which is here. I've got a bandage on it because I've just changed all the plasters and stuff. Becky's got a couple of pictures I'll try and put in with this. It wasn't bad at all. They obviously numbed the arm, sort of covered me up and just had my arm exposed. I couldn't really see it, Becky was in the room with me. 50 centimetres of line went from down here, through here, and to somewhere sort of in the chest about here. 50 centimetres of line. Obviously a lot easier access, was intended for chemo use, because it's going to be a 24-hour infusion. So that was done. And they obviously I needed to stay in the hospital for this infusion and whatever else that was going to come along with it. So they did the blood tests and whatever, and like I said, with this stent I was having some serious issues with blood and pain and bits and bobs in the kidney, in the penis itself, if you want to use the correct terminology, the correct wording. Yeah, and the nurse sort of clicked on, obviously I was in pain. You know, said, "Is everything all right? Do you need any pain relief?" I said, "No, I've got my own pain relief and all that sort of stuff." So she she went, do you mind just doing a wee in this like little, it was like a little pot. Like, yeah, okay. And the thing with it is, although I needed to pee, felt like I needed to pee really bad, I didn't all the time. It was just a constant feeling I needed to pee. And when I didn't, and I managed to get something out, it was literally like pure blood. Slightly off red, like a bit darker than usual, but you could tell exactly what it was. So she arranged for me to stay over the night. I did this pee in this pot, to which she was a bit worried. Got me in for the night, so I stayed over. In my own room, it was quite a nice room. It was in Hull, Castle. Nobody sort of really come in other than initial checks and blood pressure, doing my sats and that, whatnot. Yeah, doing all my sats and whatnot, and sort of left me alone. Everyone cleared off home. Obviously, it was only me allowed to stay in the room. It got to about sort of 11:30 time, just fucking nodding off in bed. Someone comes in. Let's do your blood pressure again, Mr. Goodwin, blah blah blah, all this. Alright, okay. This happened another 5 times between sort of 11 to half 11 and 10 past 1. 10 past 1 being a fucking doctor coming in and just asking some questions about, you know, me overall health and how I felt, sort of thing, and you know what's involved with this chemo. Like, what the actual fuck? So next day comes along, and the regular nurse that first come in and was sort of like my nurse, says to me, are you ready for your chemo today? I said, yeah, absolutely, you know, well, let's get it done, you know. Start this, they had to put a hydration thing on this pick line for 4 hours. So we started that. I sort of maybe got 2.5, maybe even 3 hours through that, and my oncologist come in. Nice to his name then. My oncologist come in, yeah. By this point, Becky and my mum and dad was there. And he's talking to me. He's saying about the yellowing in my eyes, because they have got a bit yellow. Clearly, it's kind of what we expected. And he's talking away. Although, and he's saying, you know, although the woman said that my blood results the day before, the day that I come into hospital, was absolutely fine. There must have been going off some other bloods that I did later on that night. That my liver function was very, very bad, poor, or not in the range to our chemo. So I was kind of taken back by that. I think we all was, to be honest. And he sat down, and I could see in his face that something bad was coming. And he's talking to me, and he's sort of, I can't remember exactly what he said. Maybe I'll be better when I've had a bit of sleep, I'll remember more. But he said, you know, there's nothing else we can do for you. You know, we can't give you chemo at the minute because your liver function's too poor. It's effectively, your liver is shutting down. It is going to fail. So that was a big kick in the teeth. I was like, oh wow, okay. Me being me, I sort of was the only one in there that was sort of kind of like, wow, with a dry face. And my mum, she's quite talkative, but sort of outspoken sometimes. And she went to the oncologist. So what does this mean? And she sort of went, well, you know, is there a new time scale on his lifespan? And he looked at me and went, do you want me to tell your mum and dad? I went, yeah, go ahead. Anyway, they cleared off into another room. For Becky's sake, really, more than anything. And later on I got out of my mum that he said to those two in the other room that it's a matter of weeks before, you know, the I suppose inevitable is going to happen. So I managed to get out of my mum later on, but obviously while I was in the room I was talking to Becky, and she was a mess, and my head just completely went up my fucking ass. And it was just an absolute fucking sack of shit. Just everything, like my world fell apart. It just fell apart again. It was like being told when I first got it. You know, my head went for a bit, and slowly, you know, I came back. So yeah, that was, you know, the hospital stay. So now I've got a PICC line in my arm, which I was pretty much immediately discharged from Hull, which it just doesn't seem right that bloods was fine a matter of hours before, and then just suddenly they're not, because it seems to be that as soon as the nurse saw the colour of my pee in that jug thing, everything changed. Or they knew that I had a stent, a stent, a matter of days before, and obviously there's going to be some blood, maybe not as much as what I was putting out, but that seems to have been cleared up now, because I'm going to get some antibiotics off my own doctor, and I'm feeling a lot better down there. Still not perfect, but a hell of a lot better than I was. So yeah, I got discharged from Hull, and that's pretty much where I am today. We're all a bit fucking all over the place, which is why I've not really been on social media. I've not really been doing a lot, but it was also mentioned that there was fluid in my abdomen over a year ago. Now my belly's got bigger, although I'm eating less. And you know, I know things are growing and it could cause swelling and all sorts of shit like that, but I'm kind of thinking to myself, you know, if there's more fluid in there and things are being pushed around and squashed and whatnot, obviously that's going to cause a lot of fucking pain, maybe even some breathlessness. You know, I tell people all the time, don't Google about cancer. And to be fair, I weren't. I was just Googling about, you know, information about fluid and the effects and what it can cause and whatnot. So it's just been absolutely crap. There's loads more that I've got to say about this, and I'm really going to go into some depth, because being told you've got weeks to live is pretty brutal on the old noggin here. Never mind, you know, my family, thinking about my kids and whatever else, you know. I've got no words for it. I've got absolutely no words for it. But you know, it's bothering me a little bit again now. I mean, I can see the sun fucking coming up now. Like I said, it was R3. It's probably about 24 now, quarter to 4 now, something like that. I just can't fucking sleep. I can sleep during the day sometimes when I feel a bit shitty, but it's just, everything's upside down. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate. If you're a cancer patient, you'll probably know exactly what I'm talking about, or if you've seen someone go through it, then equally you'll understand this kind of side of it. And I've said throughout this whole thing, I'm going to stop this in a minute, and I'm going to try and get some sleep and come back on a little bit later on. I've said all the time, I will not be defeated. I just will not be defeated. Now, the reality of this is, ultimately, I'm going to be wrong. But I tell you now, I am going to fight until the very last fucking breath in my chest. The very fucking last one. I love the fact that I'm able to help people by just talking about my own issues and the the troubles this has caused, as much as it might be hard sometimes for me to say about it. It's rewarding, you know. People like Sam Rosedale sending me letters and little presents saying, you know, effectively I've saved their life, you know, just by doing stuff like this. There's numerous people that have messaged me privately saying all sorts of things. Some of the comments I get on here, and again, like I said, I got a little surprise over the weekend. I was nominated for something, but I will include all this later on. I'm going to get off now, or at least try and get some sleep. But I just thought, while I'm not really able to sleep, I'm going to come out here and sort of, look, the sun's coming up. I'll come out here and just sort of make a start on this video, because it's going to be a fairly long one, I think. So I'll see you soon, peeps. So I'm back again. It's now 6:30. I managed to have about an hour's sleep early on. I come back up here, had an hour, got up, I think it was about 1:30. I went to sleep, sort of 2:30, 2:45, just over an hour. And I don't know, I've had a bit of sleep. My mum's been round. I've been talking to her, and you know, I didn't really have an in-depth conversation. Crap there, look. In-depth conversation about this weeks to live. Piece by piece, I should have known, with them sending district nurses and all these kind of drugs, pain meds and stuff. It's classed as end of life care. So so it's a way of putting it, isn't it? Fucking hell. Ironically, my grandma also got told, well, didn't get told, we got told, because she's getting on now, that she was on end of life care some point last year. And she's still fine now. I mean, she forgets a lot, she's got dementia and stuff, but she's still here, kicking. So, yeah, that just shows, doesn't it? But, yeah, as I was saying, to be fair, today's not been overly bad. I've been downstairs a lot of it, because, you know, as you all know, I will push myself beyond fucking belief to do whatever I can for my kids, myself, Becky. So, yeah, I've been up, the kids have been playing in the sand, I've been cleaning the pond out, because, like I said, this morning it was pretty dirty, it needed a good bit of sorting out with me being in hospital and all that sort of stuff. So I've been doing that. Anyway, early on, I went downstairs, I was just laying on the sofa, and I went to sort of, you know, as you prop yourself up with both of your elbows, you prop yourself up. Well, obviously where my pick line is, it comes all the way up here, like I said, to about here. And as I did that, there's 50 centimetres of pipe going into my chest from my arm. As I did it, it was like I'd been shot or stabbed just here, roughly where I think that they said it was aiming to be in the main artery near my heart. So that really did knock me back. I've had to have Becky sort of picking me up, you know, when I'm laid down or sat down. I'm getting alright now. I mean, this was a few hours ago now, but it still really fucking hurts. So got hiccups, I'll just have a drink. Yeah, it's just one of them, innit? Just gotta plod on and do what I can. I'm not impressed by what has been said. Like I said, I can't remember if I said earlier on that I had my bloods done when I first went into hospital. Hull. I had my bloods done then. I've got real bad dry mouth. Give me a sec. Yeah, as I was saying, I had my bloods done when I went into Hull Hospital. And apparently, according to the nurse who was sorting me out, it was all fine. And in fact, I did say this earlier, until I mentioned about this stent and the blood in my pee, everything was fine. She wanted me to have chemo there and then, that day. To which I was like, look, I'm not prepared, I ain't got my overnight gear, I ain't got this, that, the other. I'll go home and I'll come back, which I did. And like I said, sure enough, my oncologist come back round next morning after being woke up numerous times from fucking like 10 o'clock at night through to 1:10. God. Bloody dry mouth again. 1 minute. Yeah, doctor was the last person that came in. And I can't remember what he was saying, because like each time that someone come in, I was just nodding off, fucking around, doing my fucking blood pressure and my oxygen levels. And like I said, the next day, come in, and my blood, as far as I'm aware, was still the same blood that they tested the day before, which was fine, was now showing that my liver was unable to take this chemo that I was heading for. Although I was already wired into hydration, being fed saline or whatever the fucking hell it is that they're putting through. And it just baffled me. So there's some inconsistencies there. So now, man, like I said, obviously with this pain that I've had with this bloody PICC line, the only reason I kept it in is because I thought, when these district nurses come round, I've got some meds that we thought was for to be injected through this PICC, which they're not. They're either injected into the stomach or the arm. So, other than me having blood tests through that, which I'm not really bothered about having an occasional blood test, what's the point of having it in there if it's causing me issues in here when I stretched it out like that, and I must have just fucking pulled something, or pulled it, the pipe. And I've noticed there's like a metal wire inside as well, I think. There's two things into this main artery. So, yeah, that's that. It's been a fucking roller coaster of a, month and a half, something like that. I'm not going to say I feel great, because I don't. But considering that, I've got weeks to live or I'm on end of life, I don't feel that bad. It's one of them, innit? I will not let what they've said get in my head further than what it has already. Of course, with anyone in the world, if some professional says, look, you're going to die, and the timeline is that short, it's going to fuck anyone's head up, innit? Let's be real. So, I've been a bit all over the place. I think it's hit Becky quite hard. Everyone quite hard, but Becky, because she sees the ins and outs of this, obviously, like 24/7, and seeing my decrease or decline, it really did wobble her. But the girl's doing absolutely fucking amazing. She's been brilliant. She's super supportive, and I'm forever in debt to her and my family for all that they're doing and done. It's just there's no instruction book for what to do in the situation, is there? It's just, maybe me. You might be watching me, thinking, this guy's doing this or he's doing that. And the best advice that I could give to you is, whatever you're told, you can accept it as true, or you can accept it and not let it get in here. Because as soon as it gets deep in here, game over. It's fucking game over. And you know, I might sound a hypocrite because I've had my fucking ups and downs, and I've had parts where it really has got in my head, and I thought to myself, well, maybe I should just finish it myself. You know, thinking that, you know, I'd rather me finish myself off than let this piece of shit finish myself off. But at the same time as putting everything important, my kids, my wife, my family and all that sort of stuff, to the back of my head, when these thoughts are here, they're also the thing that come to the front and stop it. It's hard to explain, some people might understand. But yeah, it's a dark, nasty, nasty, nasty place. Yeah, so that's probably the best bit of advice that I could give, as well as keeping on top of the pain meds, because for me, when I'm in pain, it makes everything 10 times harder, even mentally, to think straight, to think normal. If my pain's somewhat under control, then I can manage a lot better than I can when I'm like in stupid amounts of pain. It's pretty obvious that, I suppose, really. To anyone that's sort of going through depression, anything like this, or numerous things, loads of people say it, but I will speak the truth. I'll tell you exactly how it is. If you look at early on in my story through my videos, go on my profile and go all the way down when I was doing CBD, THC, HHC, BCP and all the other sorts of stuff, it really, really did help. I can't prove that it helped with the shrinkage, although I genuinely believe that it did, because that was my biggest shrinkage to date when I was on all the oils, and I was on chemo as well, which was 10 mil, 1 full centimetre off primary tumour, which was fucking insane. But certainly, if you don't like the high that cannabis can give you, CBD, it's a miracle stuff. It helps you sleep, helps me relax, helps all kinds. I couldn't tell you the list. Andy, who was my supplier, is the guy who I used to get it all off, and still will when I order some more. He's the man to tell you, and anyone that wants his information, feel free to message me. I will send that across. As well as milk thistle. I've just ordered some more of that in because I thought I had some in my box. I've got fucking all sorts of stuff over there. If you look at my leiomyosarcoma medication run through video, you can see on there a few of the stuff that I've just mentioned on there. And some good stuff. There's some stuff that maybe didn't help, some stuff that maybe did. Nobody can say what helps and what doesn't, because everyone's different, aren't they? But you know, I'm determined that I'm gonna be the one statistic, it's hard with a dry mouth, that defies the odds yet again, because it's been, first I had a year to live, that was nearly 2 years ago, then it was months to live in, was it back end of October, November, something like that. Now I've got weeks to live / end of life care. So we're just gonna have to go from here and see what's what, aren't we? My eyes, they are pretty yellow, to be honest with you. Not as bad as the waters. I've been drinking a hell of a lot of water, mainly to sort of flush my kidneys with this problem with stent and all that sort of stuff, and the bladder problems and needing to pee constantly. But it is what it is. Just keep plodding on, just keep carrying on, and that's that, innit? I will post the video with the little surprise that I got, well, me and Becky got, I think it was yesterday, from a lovely bloke called Mike Burton, and the guys at Trotters Traders, Grimsby, Cleethorpes, which I don't know which one you would call it, but amazing, yeah. So everyone out there struggling, keep going. Just keep going. You know, have the I will not be defeated attitude. Just keep going. Everyone will say to you, you know, oh, we've got here, this, that, the other. And there's loads of stuff, and it's stuff that I've been told, it's absolutely lovely and supportive, and some of it really does spur you on, but it's you that needs to have it in here for it to work. So, you know, keep smashing it, guys, and hopefully have another update soon.
Random act of kindness inbound. I'm about to go surprise an inspirational person in our community who's battled so much already and inspires me and the people around him every single day. So many people get terrible news about having cancer and they find it really hard to fight, but Luke has hit this head on. He's shared his journey, tried to inspire other people, he's done charity events, created a YouTube channel, and ultimately it just inspires people like me because he proves that no matter what happens in life, you need to fight. Wow, that was emotional, amazing. Luke, thank you very much for making my day. Keep inspiring. You are an inspiration, my friend, and hopefully you all agree.